Ba-na-na! Hello, everyone. And another day of me trying to finish this visual novel of a Mr. Puzzle's dating simulator. So, we're gonna load to the last. Okay. The sun you just watched so closely had just disappeared behind the horizon, and the stars had begun shining in all their glory. You lean over the barrier, your eyes trying to find different constellations in the grand scheme of all these heavenly bodies. Puzzles, albeit on guard, follows your lead and does the same. You take one of the bottles you brought from the inside, open it along with your hatch, then pour it all in. Puzzles watches in bewilderment as you chug down a whole thing in a flash. Frankly, he's somewhat impressed, but also very concerned. You take another bottle from the floor and give it to Mr. Puzzles. He stares at it for a bit before simply putting it down. "I can't drink, dear." He taps his head with a small smile on his face. "Remember?" "Oh. Why do you come then?" "Perhaps I wanted to see the sky after roughly 4 days of being held captive. I leave the window open. Not like that. Not through a glass, as you might have guessed if you thought about it for more than 2 seconds. He sighs. "And I didn't think you'd take me if I refused." "I would." Puzzle swats his hand at you, but there's a hint of surprise in the gesture somehow. Sure, spare me for the lies." He puts a dramatic hand to his forehead. "Not a lie." He was in denial, maybe. Couldn't blame him. You drink a second bottle. After a few minutes, you feel the alcohol kicking in, but your senses aren't completely cut off yet. You notice a TV man looking around the balcony a little too meticulously. "So," he starts off, looking over his shoulder, "are you sure there aren't any weapons there?" "Nope." "Not even a tiny pistol?" "Not even a tiny pistol." His eyes squint as if he's thinking of something. He tries to remain unsuspicious, though, doing a dramatic gestures and whatnot. "Hey, dear. Do you think a person could survive a fall from here? And if so, how big is the chance of something happening to their handsome screen?" "Eh? Oh, You groggily look over at him, trying to push yourself to seem less out of it than you actually are. "Yeah, no, their handsome face would be in no trouble here. I had to jump off here when some old lady thought I'd kill her cat." "There are bushes you can fall down onto. They look kind of funny from up here." You blink a bit. Puzzle seems satisfied about something. He chuckles to himself about something, a sound resembling a lessened version of a villain cackle. You don't really care though. All you do is stare at that screen of his. Oh my goodness, another choice. I'm saving this thing again. We have this option? I really love your stupid face. What if we just friend zone him? I'm kidding. We already went to the romantic zone, so it's weird to say that about a TV, but it's no wonder your fans get drawn to you like moths to fire. Your drunken state gets the best of you, and a snort escapes your throat. Puzzles is taken aback, a tint of pink appearing on his altogether bewildered face. That's so cute. There's a little blush. He's blushing. What? You're blushing. I am most certainly not. My processor is simply overheating. Whatever. It looks good on you. Puzzles freezes, his hands gripping the balcony a little tighter as he looks away. I like observing people, catching little details about them, all that. You're one of those people that I had the pleasure of getting a lot of these details about. You're so expressive, yet so hard to read at times. I do wonder half the times if what you've been saying to me is true or not. Regardless, I enjoy your presence a lot, more than a lot. You're the first person in a while that truly seems to get me, you know? It's funny, you're not that different once you look at it from a certain point of view. I wish one day I'd be able to understand you the same way you seem to understand me. It's stupid. Puzzle sits there silently, then goes to fiddle with one of his gloves. I don't think it is, dear. And I wouldn't say you've been doing the worst job of sympathizing with me. He lets out a small chuckle. Although, if that is how you feel about it now, I wouldn't be completely opposed to help you get to know me better. And you being quite dashing yourself, as I may put it, is nothing short of a bonus. He chuckles. You don't fully process what he's saying to you, but whatever it is, it made you feel warm inside. Oh my goodness, we're dying. Too bad it might have been a mix of his words and beer as you stumble to the ground. To your surprise, Puzzles helps you sit on the ground, a little worried. Hey, I forbid you from dying of cause as ridiculous as this. Oh, we are dying! Jokingly. He tries to remain stern, but shakes his head and sits next to you. You involuntarily put your head on his shoulder, to which he flinches but stops himself from pulling away last second. ... I forgot. I don't think I got your name, dear. Liz. Oh, so we introduce our name. Liz. It suits you. Now I figured that's not actually our character, but anyway, it's a dating simulator, and it's quite optional. And after that very moment, you feel your consciousness slipping bit by bit, until all you can see are little shiny orbs above your head, and that soon disappears too. You groggily wake up to find the sun coming up and Puzzles leaning on your shoulder. It was just an ordinary day. Wait, Puzzles leaning on your shoulder? You almost jump back in a mix of shock and embarrassment. You remain level-headed though. What the hell must have happened yesterday? You try to recall, but all you can remember is you nearby falling down and Puzzles catching you. This sounds like something straight out of a rom-com. Gosh. You've still got a job to do. You drag his body over to the chair and tie him up there once again. You catch yourself staring at him a bit too long, but shake your head to brush it off. You look around the room, the million Polaroids, with all the dates penned in red, all leading to the TV man before you. This really does look like the room of a fangirl at first glance, doesn't it? Oh well. You yawn, your hatch opening a little as you did so. In the corner of your eye, you spot the calendar and realize it's the last day to do the job. Oh no. Your head spins. Is this really the end? Now's not the time to ponder about such trivial matters as puzzles would say. You try to drain these thoughts out and decide to leave him for now. You didn't have the heart to say anything yet. Hearing the door click quietly, you ponder about where should you go now exactly. You make your way down the stairs and sit on the pavement. You bury your face in your hands. You really don't want to think about it at all. Then, you hear your old phone vibrate. Searching through your bandana, you finally fish it out and pick up the call. Yo, Liz! You won't guess what just happened. What is it? I found a huge freaking fish in the water. It was like 2 times your size. Really? Yeah, so I got into the water and tried to catch it myself, but it almost ate my face and I had to swim back to the shore. Funny, right? I suppose so. Anyway, Alexa wanted to ask to you for whatever reason. Passing the phone now. Can you hear me? Loud and clear. What's up? I wanted to let you know what's been going on with the crew and the TV man thing. And here it is. What were you expecting? The police have been looking all around for both the main guy and my friends, but nothing has been found. Seriously, if I told you I was worried before, then now it's ramped up to 20. So, I thought I'd ask you, since you work in the town center, could you check for any instances of Mr. Puzzles there? You're out to find something. Right. The lies were catching up to you, slowly but surely. Yeah, sure. I'll see what I can find, I guess. Thank you so much. I'm sure that after we get to that guy, we can help save these peeps and punish that old TV. How messed up do you have to be kidnap people? Or worse, kill them? Can you imagine killing a person? No. You say the truth. You don't have to imagine it after all. Puzzles is just some cog in the machine, evil to the core, just like the rest of them bastards. Yeah. See? Now that's why you can't tell them anything. Don't trust them. Don't trust puzzles. Don't trust anyone. You're about to hang up, but Paprika takes the phone back. Okay, so that was kind of sad. But anyway, I've been playing Super Murder recently, and let me tell you, it's so awesome. You're stuck in hell, you're a robot who's like... And that's how the next hour passes. Paprika hangs up after saying that a meteor is going to crash his house in a minute. You brush it off as an excuse, but shortly after a small explosion is seen in the background. Nevertheless, you gather the courage within yourself and make your way back to the apartment block. So, here you are, standing behind those very doors that originally led you to this forsaken room. The place in which you had formed a genuine connection to the person you were now supposed to kill. You keep on telling yourself, this is a formality. You've done this before. But you can't help but feel that you're not telling the truth, all in all. There's an invisible weight put on your very shoulders as you lean your back against the door. You're having a headache. You try to ground yourself by pressing your hands on the hardwood. It helps you calm down, just a little. So, what now? How much money did Not Fox offer again? You don't remember exactly, but it was definitely a number with at least 5 zeros. Was it worth it though? The money would be enough to keep going for around 4 to 5 months. Rent a stable place even. Think about it, Liz. You wouldn't have to live like a super rodent. Maybe finally afford a damn bed. Did it have it in you, though? course you did. This isn't like the first time. That Liz is gone, lost to the sound of blood splatter. That sound you've sworn to despise, yet have grown accustomed to. You really are pathetic, aren't you? Gosh. Damn it. Liz. Act like an adult for once in your life. Actually, I'm a minor. It's kind of funny, but I'll let this thing slide. Since we're a fictional character who's an adult, and we're looking for some apartment. And yes, if you're going to let him go, the cops would find you for sure. And if not the cops, then surely not Foxwood. You let out a small shaky breath and finally pushed the door open, albeit with a very different feel to it than before. Puzzles is watching you once again. The smile on his screen would be welcoming if not for the sour circumstances. Liz, how nice it is to see you again. You vanished last night. He drops the grin. You can only imagine my displeasure when I once again found myself being bound to this very chair. Especially upon considering our lovely conversation last night. I didn't know you could be able to express yourself, considering your typical myth demeanor, if I may put it that way. He smirks at you, expecting an annoyed expression or a groan, but you hold onto your stop sign tighter instead, feeling the metal press against your wire silently. He notices that, unfortunately. Now that I mention it, you seem off. Don't worry, dear. You didn't say anything crass while drunk. He reassures, thinking I'd be the case. Oh, he couldn't be more wrong about it. That's not it. Not this time. Your words hang in the air, and he proceeds to break the silence by brushing it off. Is it the fact that you slept outside yesterday? You look like you're used to that though. It's not the... Oh, I know. It's probably because you leaned on me then. How silly of you to get so worked up about it. I didn't mind it, so why should you? It was a generic main character open-up scene you'll find in every animated movie that has an ounce of passion put into it. It's nothing to be ashamed about that. You swing your sign for it to stop just a little short for Puzzle's face, which effectively makes him freak out a little. He tries to chuckle, but the sound gets caught up in his throat upon seeing your stoic expression. You put the sign on the wall, then point to the right with your hand. Look at the calendar. That comes out much more aggressive than you'd like it to be. April 19th. My deadline. You let the thought wander in the air. Puzzle's face doesn't look so much scared as just shocked. You slowly put your arm back down, then ball it up into a fist. But do you know how is it like being homeless, Puzzles? Wandering from place to place, sleeping on the ground, being a beggar, hearing all these insults thrown at you for wanting to survive, knowing that your family won't help you because you decided to follow your dreams like a goddamn fool. Puzzles grimaces at that just slightly. I want to get out of that. I want to have a life, not just survive. And taking you out is the only way to do it. Oh, Liz. That was such a breathtaking performance. The expressions, the voice acting. It almost makes a grown man cry, I tell you. You're absolutely flabbergasted and a little mad. All he thinks about this is just a performance, but he doesn't know he's oblivious to this fact. Anywho, I've been sent to kill you. That's my job. Don't you understand? You're desperate to make that cut through his thick skull, or whatever he has there. It's a TV. Skulls are round. I'm a hitman. Do you know how many people have died in my hand? I've counted. 31. 31 lives gone, all for a funny amount of cash from the one guy that's willing to hire me. Why don't you get a real job then, you might ask. You let out a low, humorless laugh. Do you think anybody would be willing to hire an abomination like me? I'm a bad person, Puzzles. But you have to understand, even if I were to let you go, my boss sure to get rid of me afterwards. He'll find me. Forgive me for this once. Wait, give me a minute. You do know the trope of a victim's last words. He stares at you, almost pleading. You nod. His expression softens as he starts his rants. I've met lots of bad people before. One thing I've learned, they aren't as black and white as some cartoons make them out to be. No, real villains, if I may put it that way, are multi-layered, raw, intoxicating in the worst possible way. And that, my dear, is beautiful beyond belief in my eyes. There's only so much flat main characters a person can stomach. Let me tell you that much. People want to see someone bring drama, action, and tears to the show. And traditional villains do just that. The average Joe will surely brush it off as big, bad, evil guy doing wicked ordeals. But I like to think that in the sea of normalcy, there's someone who wants to understand where that bad guy is coming from. And you're quite the interesting specimen, Liz. Against all odds, you're on both sides of the spectrum, just like myself. So, I'd like to ask you to consider joining me. Together, we're sure to create the most wonderful works of art, as well as bring the worst upon that pesky SMG4 and his crew. Let's help ourselves, Liz. Let's create something beautiful. But if you still decide on following through with your original plan, then go ahead. Just don't let Notfox touch my dead body. It's up to you now. I hate this. What if I just kill... Oh. You reload the gun. He visibly tenses, his screen flipping to the borderline panicked expression. Liz, what are you doing? I thought... Please, forgive me. You? The only word to describe his face is church. Deeply so. You insolent little... Oh. Does me opening up mean nothing to brutes like yourself? This isn't how it's supposed to go. You're breaking my frickin' script. Then why does it keep on happening? I thought you were different. I thought you enjoyed my company. Hell, I thought I finally found someone similar to myself. But guess what? You're just like the rest of them. I was a fool to even try to be nice to you. Ha! Liz, I hope you joke on now that money, because it sure as hell won't bring you happiness in this world. You're pathetic even more than SMG4. Oh. Oh. He's dead. I like the art, by the way. I'm bringing you his head tomorrow. Good job. I'll be more than pleased to see you there. Oh my goodness. We killed the guy. The rain drops down the many pristine windows in this town, but it's broken up by quiet laughter and witty remarks. In every home but yours, you pay no attention to the sound of your neighbors having a party. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Stop thinking about it. You sigh, pulling the blanket over yourself further. There's no good entertainment on the TV right now, as surprising as it is to admit. You flip through the channel unceremoniously. There's a cooking show with Notfox as the host. There's also a weather broadcast with Notfox in it. There's also a parody show with Notfox in it. Its name is Once Upon a Notfox. You turn on the TV in a hurry, a certain pang of disgust rising within your chest. But you push it down. You don't care. Absolutely nothing catches your interest. You make your way somewhere else. The kitchen has all those pretty cups and cutlery. It looks better than anything you've seen in your life. Your mom would be so amazed if she saw this. You start making yourself a cappuccino in your freshly bought coffee maker. Oh, we bought a coffee maker! That's a start. Anything stronger for a Thursday afternoon won't fly. Fun fact, it's actually Thursday today. As the liquid starts to fill up the cup, the sinking feeling that you've been having ever since you moved here only deepens. All the fancy halls seem so empty with nobody to inhabit them, don't they? Oh well, it's still better than rotting on these streets. You take the cup and proceed to walk back to the couch. Every step is heard much too clearly, as if it was just craving to make you feel even worse. You plop back down onto the couch. The voices only got louder along with the rain. You stare at the TV. You did the right thing. You shouldn't feel guilty. It was your job. You knew it would happen eventually. But even so, you let him get closer to you. No, shut up, brain. He's gone for good, and you aren't going to care about him. He really is gone for good, isn't he? And it's all because of you. You eventually put the TV up to drown out these bothersome thoughts. The SMG4 crew is free at last, talking about the man that imprisoned them only on Notfox News. You sit up. Why? Well, Mr. SMG4, could you tell us about your experience with Mr. Puzzles? A shiver goes down your spine at that name. You grip your blanket tighter. Well, I gotta say that guy was a bit much to work with. In fact, he basically kidnapped and brainwashed us into playing in his shows. But it kinda sucks that he's been kidnapped too. But at least we're out now. Then a second purple guy walks into purple guy from FNAF. Yeah. Purple guy walks into the shot, unmistakably being none other than SMG3. He reminds you of Alexa. You bet at least she's happy now. And I think that TV freak just got what was coming for him. Please, he was nothing more than a self-centered prick who just wanted power. Cerise, how dare he? He doesn't know shit. He was misunderstood. And you were the only one who saw it. You look up at the beautiful ceiling that made up a bit of your home. That's nice. We have a very beautiful ceiling. You look up at the beautiful ceiling. The intricate details of the chandelier hanging above you would make a lot of people admire it in awe for quite some time. But you? You weren't in the mood to swoon over some object. It just reminded you of the decisions that you've made to get there. Puzzles trusted you. He really did think of you as a friend. He stayed there on the balcony with you. Oh, Liz. But you wanted this, didn't you? Bad ending. Don't look back.